You have watched me explain why dog trainers are ninjas. Microphone check 1 2. Microphone check 2 3 4 5 6 7. Okay, today I'm going to perform a magic trick for you because guess what? I'm magified. Ever. Check it out. Magic. You see that? Abracadabra. How did that end up in his hand? Abracadabra. Abracadabra. Just messing around. Anyways, I decided to get cards because in Cub Scouts they had magic. And so 2 years ago I got this wise idea that I'm going to practice magic. And then I will be the magic practicing dog trainer. Yeah. You know what? That really didn't work. I kept training dogs, but I really didn't do magic too often. But in the midst of it, this is what I got. I got a mountain of playing cards. That was kind of foolish of me. You get so many playing cards. It wasn't the best idea I've ever had. I will be forthcoming in there. I will. Thank you for watching the video. This is Dave Phillips, and you are watching NDWK9 TV. Welcome to the channel, people. Welcome to the channel. I say quiet, and he stays quiet. Wait. Just wait. It will happen. He'll be like, darkness, my old friend. I hope everybody's doing spectacular today. Super spectacular. I like this guy. This guy's funny. I don't necessarily think he's the best dog trainer in the world, but he's fucking hilarious. Let's watch Peter Cain. Let's watch Peter Cain telling us on how to choose a dog trainer. How do we choose a dog trainer, Peter Cain? How do we do it?
About this so many times that if you talk to obedience trainers, so many obedience trainers have a martial arts background. They do. Ask. You're not a food trainer.
That's good. Obedience trainer. How many of you have martial arts training? Now, is he talking about maybe a white belt, or is he talking about fucking full-blown black belt stuff? I mean, is he going like, I'm breaking wood barriers and shit? I highly doubt it. I'm sure most of them are dog trainers. I mean, and if they haven't been training dogs that long.
I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about a balanced trainer. Many balanced trainers have a martial arts background because it involves discipline, and that's what dog training involves. It involves discipline. And I'll be damned if I'm ever going to have a client, meaning the human, not the dog client, but the human, say that I didn't work with the dog enough. And that's how I am. I'm always striving to make myself better and the dog better. And that's how it is. It's very much like martial arts. You want to see personal growth.
It is very much like martial arts in that aspect, but I guarantee you 9 times out of 10, a balanced dog trainer is not a fucking martial artist. I can guarantee you that. They're not going to be kung fu and shit. They're going to be YouTubing. They're going to be working on growing their... Why do I keep talking on the microphone? They're going to be working on growing their audience. They're going to be working on growing their clients. They're going to be working on their skill sets and teaching their own dogs certain things like we all do. Oh, speaking of certain dogs. Oh no, I gotta pick all those up now. This is our new puppy. My son named her Skylar. Our son named her Skylar. Yeah, she does it on that princess. Off she goes. Oh, yeah, martial artist. Training dogs does take discipline like that.
And I put a tremendous amount of pressure on myself when I'm training a dog because I'm trying to do better and I'm trying to make sure that the dog's better. There's a lot to keep, there's a lot to keep in check. You don't want to overwhelm the dog. You want to make it, so that the dog's having a good time and everything. You want to see progression. You want to see the dog get better, and that involves discipline. And that's why people should consider using a board and train, is because the dog trainer many times.
This guy, he does make a lot of money on the board and train aspects of dog training. I don't agree with it necessarily. I mean, you can train the dog, and I've said this plenty of times before as well, but once the owner gets the dog, it's a different house, it's a different setup, unless, of course, you have multiple different buildings that you could assimilate to factor into many different rooms and different housing setups. If you could have like 50 different house layouts, or 25 or 15 or 10 even, then board and trains would be a decent option, and you pretty much put that dog in the best layout possible. But all in all, the dog's not going to retain the information for the owners, because the owner is not the trainer. Unless the owner went through the boot camp, which, I don't know, for my record, 10 out of 10 owners will not do follow-up lessons. They want their dog, they drop off the money, and they're gone. From my experience, as we speak, 10 out of 10. 100% of owners will not follow up.
Times, has been involved in a sport like martial arts, and is disciplined. I'm disciplined about myself. Even if I'm sick, I'll go out there on the street or go out in my yard and work with the dog. I work with the dog daily when it's here. It would be rare that I take a day off. Even when I drive from my house to my studio, I still always do some sessions with the dog. And I don't even count those days. This is true. I don't count those days as like sessions. I feel like those are days that need to be made up. See, I put a tremendous amount of stress on myself. I do. I feel like I want everybody to...
I do. I put a tremendous amount of stress on myself. I do. Oh.
Get their money's worth, And I never see that I couldn't work with the dog more. It'll be 10 o'clock at night, and I'm like, God damn it, I want to take the dog out one more time to do one more session to work on something.
God damn it. I gotta take the dog out one more fucking time tonight. One more fucking time. I gotta take the dog out. God damn it!
I'm not saying I overwork the dog. I don't.
I'm not saying I overwork the dog, but god damn it, I gotta get him out one more time. Oh my god, I've only put in 8 lessons today. I gotta put in my 9. But I don't overwork the dog.
I just did a video on it. I don't overwork the puppy. Puppies are different. It's more sessions, shorter sessions. I know what I'm doing, but I'm always trying to strive and make sure that the dog is going back as good as I can get it.
I know what I'm doing! I mean, once we figure out what we're doing, we learn a little bit more. I mean, I'm always learning. I'm over here with my dog encyclopedias. I'm taking a course that's only offered by one college right now. It's an online course. Any of y'all could take it. I mean, please do. Maybe I'll link it in the description. Maybe I won't, because I only have fucking 6 subs. I mean, I am thankful for my 6 subs. I appreciate you guys to the fullest, but I'm pretty sure you guys don't even watch my videos anymore. But yeah, no, things are always changing. Things are always changing. I'm glad this guy doesn't overwork puppies, but I mean, if you're like, damn, dude, I just worked this dog all day, you are kind of overworking it, and it's time to be a dog and just lie around the house. Training sessions shouldn't be all that long, shouldn't be all that grueling. And I don't know how long he does board and trains for. If it's 2 weeks, that dog ain't gonna learn shit. I mean, he'll learn how to avoid certain things from fear, yes, but I mean, it's not going to learn shit. He'll learn to avoid pain.
You know what I'm saying? Like some dogs are better than other dogs, but I don't want it to be any reflection upon like I didn't work with the dog enough. That will never fucking happen. I don't care if I'm still dog training, I'm 80 years old, I'm still going to put my time into training the dog, doing the hard work, and that's what it is. It's hard work. I'm not saying that I don't like it, and it is like therapeutic in a way. It is very much like a sport. It is. There's repetition. There's you're working this like one-on-one thing with the animal. You know, you get into this like Vulcan mind melt with the dog.
A one-on-one, thing with the animal. A Vulcan mind melt with the animal. A Vulcan mind melt with the animal.
I love it. I do. I love it. But it also involves hard work. You know, it's raining or I'm sick or something. I still go out there and I work with the dog. Always. It doesn't matter. And if you have a dog, you should know that. You need to take it out if it's raining or snowing. That's why I get so pissed off when I see people, using wee-wee pads or using them because...
Yeah, I don't like wee-wee pads either. I don't like wee-wee pads because then they start wee-weeing on everything. If you leave a blanket or a shirt on the floor, if you leave a magazine down, they're wee-weeing on that shit. I hate wee-wee pads too, Peter. I'm right there with you, pal.
Because they're fucking lazy, and I hear these excuses. Well, it snows. I only use it because if there's snow. Oh, bullshit. If it snows, take your dog outside.
Oh, bullshit. Kick that dog outside, motherfuckers, and let it freeze. Let that dog freeze. You're gonna freeze too. Sucker. Yeah, no, I agree. Take your dogs outside, man.
I don't care what breed it is. I don't want to hear your bullshit. Take the dog outside. There's no dog in the entire world that's gonna freeze. Go into the bathroom. If your dog's trained properly, it'll go to the bathroom in 30 seconds. So I don't want to hear your BS. We have a bunch of lazy people in the world that don't have discipline for themselves. They can't use discipline with their dogs. If you're looking for...
I know what I'm going to title this video. I'm going to title this video, All Dog Trainers Are Kung Fu Masters.
Dog trainer that is a disciplined person, don't use a positive reinforcement food trainer. They're the worst.
I disagree. Don't use an overbearing, corrective asshole dog trainer. They're the worst. I'm sorry. If you teach your clients first with punishment, you're doing something wrong. Because people are assholes, like you blatantly have said in plenty of your videos, including the one that's gone viral. People are fucking assholes. And they take that correction to the extreme. Check out my newest video on bonkers. People are bonking their dogs, but pretty much they're using a rolled up newspaper, but they're calling it a bonker and it's Italian these days. So, yeah, people just take punishment to the extremes. Dog training is not about coercion, it's not about punishment, it's not all about treats, it's really about building and establishing a relationship with your dog. So, whether you're all positive or you're all negative, or I can't say, if you're all punishment or you're all positive, I am a positive trainer. I guess I will correct if it's necessary. I rarely find time when it's truly necessary to correct a dog. If I have to, I'll go back to the working board or the whiteboard and I'll work some shit out. I understand a lot of people don't have that time. They need it done now. In my mind, you shouldn't have gotten a dog. So, I don't know. Fuck off. But yeah, I forgot what this guy was even saying. What was he saying?
I've said this before. I've known so many that positive reinforcement food trainers that were in the sex industry before they went into that. I'm not...
Yo, I for sure was in the sex industry. You look me up with the 12-inch dong. You'll see White Kong, man. Boom. That's me, bro. They're in the sex industry. Does this guy smoking crack? I think he does. Peter Cain, lay off the pipe, bro. Lay off the pipe.
Making this up. I knew one was a dominatrix. I knew two that were strippers. I knew one that was a sex therapist. And, a sex therapist meaning she had sex with people. Yeah, great. Yeah, that's not an escort. Are you sure?
A sex therapist that has sex with people. That's awesome. Peter, you've known some pretty awesome people in your lifetime, man. I do have to say.
Seriously, I'm not making that up. But then as far as like obedience trainers go, I know so many of them that have been involved in martial arts. One form of martial arts or another. Or something else that takes discipline. Seriously, it's always a very disciplined person that is a balanced dog trainer. It's weird. It's weird. But then you have the positive reinforcement trainers. It's all about fun, selling this thing and making money. That's what I'm saying. I'm not really about making money. It is a problem. It's a problem. I overwork myself because I'm trying to get the dog.
See, I used to overwork myself. I stopped overworking myself because, one, I realized that overworking myself and overworking the dog, you didn't get the desired results. You get just as good of results as if you do work it appropriately and you don't overwork it. If you overwork a dog, they start getting confused and they start making a lot more mistakes, which if you are more of a balance trainer, the more mistakes the dogs make, the more you're going to correct the dog. So that dog at the end of these sessions is probably a beaten down soul. And of course, eventually you're going to build back up because now you're not going to hurt it so much. But the damages key values of a relationship. It truly does. Training a dog is 85% building a relationship and understanding your dog. I'll say it time and time and time again. It's communication and building a relationship with your animal.
As good as it can be before it goes back. Yeah, you might think that I charge a lot. I don't. I'm keeping the dog for 30 days if it's an adult dog, and if it's not ready to go back, I'll keep it longer.
At least see us keeping it for 30 days. That's better than the fucking 2-week bullshit some other training companies provide.
About getting the dog as good as it can be and as compliant as I can get it to.
I'm just wondering what the shit is this in the background? It's all fucking saran wrapped up. I know he's an avid hunter or something. Bigfoot hunter or something. Maybe that's a Bigfoot about to be wrapped up and put in his freezer.
To be and it knowing all the commands. You can't do that with rushing it. You can't do it with food. You can't do shortcuts. It's hard work.
It's hard work too, even with food. It takes time. Like any training, it takes time. It's not easy. It's not just a magical wand and a bippity boppity boo and you got a fucking trained dog. It takes time. I'm sorry. Any dog training takes time.
If you're using a positive reinforcement trainer, think twice. Are you never going to say no to your dog?
I don't say never say no. I just say teach them what they should do. I mean, if your dog is jumping on the furniture and you don't want it on the furniture, teach it to not jump on the fucking furniture. If your dog is jumping on the guest walking to the door, teach it not to jump on the guests. And if you already have to have that dog leashed to give it that correction, or if you have to bonk it with the, if you have to bonk it with the bonker at the door, you're close enough to have it on a leash, where that dog shouldn't be jumping on your guest anyhow. And then you teach it out of multiple repetitions, just like this guy says, discipline, multiple repetitions, hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of repetitions of not allowing it to jump on guests and only allowing it to greet the guests if it's calm, polite. Eventually it's going to happen without a correction. So, I mean, I say positive reinforcement takes a hell of a lot more discipline than jerking your fucking dog around and scaring the shit out of it. You know, those are my 2 cents.
Seriously. Are you never going to say no? No, it's unrealistic. Purely positive doesn't exist. Do you use a leash? Then you're going to be negative. You're going to be articulating a negative at some point. If the dog goes out forward and do you understand? It's causing a negative. So you should learn how to do it properly. Contact a balance trainer. Ask your balance trainer. Seriously, ask your balance trainer if they have a martial arts background. I swear to God. 9 times out of 10, they'll tell you yes.
Well, if you ask your balance trainer if they have martial arts background, make sure you say proof, because I'm sure you know, like I know, like they know, people are full of shit. So make sure that they actually have the belts and the certificates and whatever. I mean, just make sure that they're not bullshitting you, because, I mean, people are bullshit.
Yes. You know? Or it's something else. I'm trying to think of... Robert Masters, I don't think, does have a martial arts background, but he's like this really like organized, disciplined dude. You know, Rex Hughes, martial arts. Sherry Lucas, maybe not martial arts, but we're talking about a super disciplined person like Robert Masters. Sherry goes out and walks like 2 hours a day. And then with dogs, she'll train the dogs and then walk them for 2 hours a day. And then she goes to the gym for 2 hours a day. That's why she looks like that. You know? She's gorgeous because she works out all the time. But I mean, all balance trainers, they're very disciplined people, and that's what you should be looking for.
I have to say, any dog trainer that's a decent dog trainer is going to be a fucking disciplined person. Peter. But anyways, thank you for watching. Wow. Catch you guys on the flip.
Dog trainers are ninjas. We're kung fu masters. Wow.